Welcome to the Spy Collection. This is Anastasios, and that's another video of our series where we go through the allegedly leaked US intelligence community documents from 2023. As always, it's important to note that we cannot comment on the authenticity of those documents, but they are an excellent educational tool and potentially historically important espionage artifacts. That is, if they turn out to be real, untampered intelligence products. This time, we didn't fully reconstruct the document since it's relatively simple from the visual perspective. It's this. The way it was photographed, we are missing its header and footer, but we'll cover the visible parts of this, starting with this. This is the insignia of the United States National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, or NGA, one of the most secretive spy agencies of the US intelligence community, operating under the Department of Defense. The easiest way to explain to unfamiliar audiences what NGA does is that they are the brains that utilize all the US government's overhead spying capabilities. Basically, any collection of data from satellites, high-altitude balloons, spy planes, and so on relating to GEOINT. Think of GEOINT as how you take information about the Earth and enrich it with additional data. That could be as simple as creating the map of a region, all the way to building projections about military movements, immigration moves, even high-precision mock-ups of buildings and facilities, battle damage assessments, and more. GEOINT is usually confused with imagery analysis, but collecting imagery is only a tiny part of this world. For instance, this product has no images at all. GEOINT could include geographic features, statistical data, RF emissions from the region, measurements, radar reflections, seismic or acoustic sensor data, thermal signatures, and so on. In this example here, we see on the top right the maps of Ukraine and Russia with their capitals marked with a star and a tiny red box indicating the area that is visible in the enlarged map. The title of this product was Russia, Ukraine, Russian Advance against Bakhmut between July 2022 and January 2023. For anyone wondering, at the time of this video, based on open source information published, this city, Bakhmut, is under the complete control of Russia. Here, the NGA analysts utilized the coloring technique explained on the legend on the top left to demonstrate the progress of the Russian forces in taking control of Bakhmut over time. This is a GEOINT technique to transfer a timeline of events into an easier to digest map representation. Then the added arrows highlighting the broad direction which could help the recipients of this intelligence product estimate where they should put more forces for defensive measures. Lastly, on the bottom left, we have the briefer comments. What this is revealing is that the map we see wasn't handed over as part of a report. Instead, it was utilized as a tool during a briefing about the situation in this front. The comments state that the Russian ground forces and Wagner private military company assault from east to west in the vicinity of Bakhmut over the last 7 months has been sluggish movement, averaging 2.7 kilometers of western progress per month. At that rate, with no change in conditions, it will take over 11 months for the Russians to reach Kramatorsk, which is approximately 13 kilometers northwest of Bakhmut. For those curious, based on open source information, at the time of this video, Kramatorsk is indeed under Ukrainian control. Assuming that this NGA product is from January or February 2023, their analysis has been very consistent, since Russian forces have captured approximately 11 more kilometers since then in that area, which translates to 2.2 kilometers per month, potentially slightly more if we look at other parts of the front too. That's a great example of what good GEOINT analysis looks like. As we have mentioned in other videos too, spy agencies are tasked with an important job which is almost predicting the future. And here we see how the NGA managed to get a pretty high accuracy in predicting the future in this front of the war in Ukraine. Unfortunately, based on this finished intelligence product, we cannot really know all the analytic tradecraft that was utilized to end up with this estimation. It could be as simple as projection estimation based on the progress so far, all the way to highly complex statistical models taking into account military forces deployments, inventories, BDAs, and so on. In either case, it's very rare to see NGA intelligence product like that publicly available, and even more so recent ones. This shows us some of the behind-the-scenes work of spy agencies that most people never heard of but play a crucial role in helping policymakers and military leaders make informed decisions. And it's another example of how nothing is as it seems.